Hello, guys. So I'm just going to do an overview over the set of patch notes. The thing is that these are not the official patch notes, and there's some sort of subsection that has been added. This doesn't happen really often, but it's pretty cool. So I'm just going to do these, and in 4 days or 3 days, when we get the official ones, I'm going to also talk about those. So for any of you who don't know where they are, they're right here in the recent updates. So again, the translation seems to be really bad, so that's going to be frustrating later on. So in fast version, for those who don't want to watch till the end, because it seems a lot of you are like that, they added a manager. They changed the front screen so we can pick whatever kind of manager from the two of them, Selena or Eve, and play between our event costumes that we've purchased. They might have fixed the super play bug. They've changed that Colosseum of Despair has a 50% chance of not having co-op, and we're getting a 5-star leader and Beelzebub at the end of the maintenance as long as we log in. So now, in a longer view. Again, I'm just doing this because a lot of people tend to not go till the end. So first of all, they've added a manager, Selena, giving 30 strength and 50% increase in game reward XP. It's really not impressive. There's already a manager who basically does that. I think the other one is 30%. Again, there's no reason why you'd want that. It's going to force you to rank up too fast. Feature improvement, like I said, you can select your heroine on the main menu. You're going to be able to alternate between the skins, and you can even randomly get them to change at launch. So that's pretty cool. I think I'm actually going to select that, but I don't have that many of these skins, and you can only select, from what it seems, skins you've already purchased. Now the great news is you can finally go to Eve costumes. The one thing that we don't really know is you can equip both Selena or Selenas in manager slots at the same time. So that kind of makes us think they might have been removing the restriction on having two at the same time. Would be super cool. Because sometimes I want to run more than one at the same time. Because a lot of them have really cool effects. Because I'm already running both of them school uniforms, so if I ever get another one, I'll never be able to use her. Also, design heroines will be available for free during the purchase event, meaning a purchase event might be incoming for managers in the very near future. So that would be pretty cool because some of them have some nice effects, some less interesting. But again, depending on your team, your formation, you might be interested. Um, Again, these are some little technical things, not very interesting. They made the front screen nicer. The package icon won't be on top of the heroine. The purchase event skins will now be sent out instantly because a lot of people have been having problems on the Balteon skill because they didn't know if they qualified. And a lot of them missed it because all they did was buy a 10-player pack and they didn't know it required an additional small purchase. Luckily, I read the rules. I have the Balteon skin. Now, they're on the skin types. They're finally going to tell you why you can't get them. So not for sale, purchase event. That's pretty nice. And then basically, in a way, they're telling you when you're going to get them. The coolest feature of this patch, in my eyes, is available amount of golden crystal of random boxes in the event scout will now be displayed. So we finally know what's in it. We don't know the rates, but at least we know what the best and the worst is, and we're usually waiting to get the worst. And they fixed a bit the map, the icon. Balancing wise, they've done something I'm personally not a fan of. They've decided to change the way that action bar reduction function worked. So the thing is that it used to be based on your technique. But since they find that technique was not the smartest thing when you were fighting really low level players, so basically when you're playing in Colosseum of Despair at the beginning or Colosseum of Trial, so they've decided to change it to action bar decrease in proportion to technique values before, and then action bar decrease by a fixed amount. So basically, it's going to be like 20%, irrelevant of who you are. I'm going to say that this is something that's going to be very frustrating for some of us who have very high techniques, because technique is something that you have in reflex teams, and you're rarely going to find that like a front line is going to have a low technique while a backline is going to have a high technique, giving it a little advantage, being able to reduce action bar a bit more than the front line. But that's just going to be lost in this. So I feel it's basically giving a little edge to the front lines again, but it doesn't seem that it's gonna be that big because endgame wise, the difference in technique is gonna be 80, 100 maybe, but it's not gonna be something like game breaking. I still do find it feels like a nerf. Now, something that a lot of people have been fighting for, I personally didn't want Despair, I wanted Trials, but chance for cooperative defense being triggered in a Coliseum of Despair is now reduced by 50%. So it's pretty nice, meaning there's a much lower chance it's gonna happen. So 50% is nice, but Coliseum of Trial, that's where we really need it, especially for certain endgame Coliseum of Trial conditions. So I'm gonna say it's not really the right one. There's a long list of bugs. The translations seem pretty bad for a lot of them. So I'm just gonna let you slowly read through them. I'm not gonna go up down them. Mainly, they're doing a lot of fixes, a lot of issues relating to goalkeepers, club matches, appearances, freezing, and basically the team building AI. I'm just gonna scroll down to the end. Basically, the only two that really matter is if you had an iOS, the game would occasionally freeze when you would leave as a match by tapping the stop button during an active skill animation. So it was a small thing, but it actually happened to me 1 or 2 times, so it was a bit frustrating. And they apologize for all these bugs. So knowing that I had to scroll down for so long, that means it's pretty bad. And they're giving us for free a 5-star leader and a 5-star Beelzebub. So anyone who owns a legend, they just got a little boost. And if you've already maxed out your legends, this is something that you're always going to want in this game. We all grind for these, so don't feel bad. It's like they just gave us 1,600 GP right there. This reward will be sent out to players who play during the 20th to the 22nd. So just be sure you play out on those days, and you're going to get it. There shouldn't be any problem, and you're going to be getting them during the maintenance. So check maintenance schedule. That's basically the simple stuff. So again, if you go on the official Facebook page or the forums, you're going to be able to see the skins for the second part of this, but we do not have the patch notes for those. So I'm going to be uploading this later on. But I would say just scroll down this list, as there's a lot of issues you might actually find make a big difference to your way you've been playing, and might actually show you that some things who were frustrating you were actually not your fault. There's a few things with friend aces, and really it's going to help goalkeepers overall. So for a lot of you who were exploiting the bugs, it's over. And again, the Selena Marathon will begin. I will make a video on the next patch notes. I usually wait a day just to see what people's reactions are. So again, that's why they're not instantly up. And I hope that this helps you understand what this small patch does. And be aware, this is not the final patch notes. The patch will have some official patch notes talking about the new characters, the EEs, but those have not yet been released. Have a good day.